you got laid last night. Oh.
Whoop,
I
whoop.
know. That's exactly how she's acting.
That's the way the video's gonna start
I'm
today.
like, great.
Thanks, Nikki. Good morning.
I didn't catch it.
I am Valerie, otherwise known as Chick Picker, and Nikki, Poplar Picker, Sally, Upside Down Picker.
Hello.
Good morning. Good morning. It's a great morning. It's a great morning to be alive.
Mine.
You're almost at 600 subscribers. That's good.
Are you beating me already?
598.
Oh, shoot, you're beating me. I'm only at, what did I say yesterday? I'm at 597. You're beating me by 1.
The race is on.
That's right, Nikki. I'll unsubscribe to Valerie so you guys can be even.
There you go.
I'm just kidding.
I'm in this.
I'm just kidding.
I'm in this. That is so wrong. On so many different levels. That's so wrong.
Hi, Sassy and Shantae and Greenville Treasures and John Clissold.
I'm in this. John is here. Good. I'm in this imaginary competition with with Valerie. She doesn't really know it, but you know. No.
I think I know it. I think I know about it.
Every day I'm like, I'm still beating you.
Hi, Hank and Mario. Morning.
Not anymore. It's like I'm gonna have to go and spread my name around YouTube a little bit more.
I better get on it.
Well, one thing why I'm not doing nothing, I'm going over to some of the bigger YouTuber channels, like oh God, now I can't even think of them. Some of the bigger wigs. Anyway, right. And go into their comment section. Anybody that don't think that I've subscribed, I'm subscribing to them.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
that and also
hopefully they'll go subscribe to me.
I'm looking for lives. I'm always looking for lives, and I'll go over to their lives and click on the different people that I don't think I've subscribed to. And then when I go to their YouTube, because it'll take me to their YouTube, I'll go through their subscribers, the top ones or whatever that they have on their list, and I'll subscribe to them too. And it doesn't mean that you're going to get a sub for a sub, but sometimes you will. I'd say it's probably about 50%.
Yeah.
But it's just we have gotten a lot of new I guess subscribers to the Reseller Squad.
Oh, yeah. New members. That's good.
There's probably I would say an average probably 5 a day is what we're getting.
Nice.
And so, and Sally, that reminds me, Sally, can you go over to the Reseller Squad and put the link in for the morning show?
Sure.
And that way, anybody new that subscribed or in the group, they can know how to get in here. So that way we can do that, and that way we can kind of get them in, get them out.
Mm-hmm.
I was just watching Tara and Jim. I'll watch the rest later.
I was too.
See, I'm constantly when I'm in people's shows, I'm always, even before this whole YouTube thing started, I'm always subscribing to new people and then checking the chats and seeing who's making videos just for me,
Right.
And I sub a lot of people during the shows just because, want more stuff out there to watch if I want to, you know.
Right, exactly. Opens up your horizons a little more. Yeah. Absolutely. So how's everybody been? I feel like I haven't been on here for like forever. And I was just on here yesterday, but
yep.
I've missed y'all. But just trying to,
sorry, I have been a bit absent lately. Who knew looking after a 6 and 3-year-old could be so time consuming? Yeah. They keep you busy.
Absolutely.
That was yesterday. Chad sent me a video of Addie. And he said, this is what she was doing all night last night. And here she's just running and running and running and running around this table. I mean, just nonstop in this video, just running. He had 2 videos of it. I was like, holy crap. When do you don't have time to do listing challenge today?
Yeah. They were probably really exhausted.
Just run. I mean, and boy, those little legs were really moving, boy. She was running really fast.
Wow.
And she's screaming the whole time.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, she'll keep you young.
That is funny.
Sir, you need to step back. This is my donut and you're not having any. Go lay down. On in here.
Silver Stacker.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, Todd.
It's a wonderful day in the neighborhood.
Sure enough is.
Neighbors.
Would you be mine?
Won't you be mine?
Won't you be
neighbor? Yeah, guess what?
What?
I sold 2 more of the items I listed during the show yesterday evening.
Wow.
I sold 1.
Did you?
Guess what it was? It was flatware.
Oh,
oh wow.
See, Todd?
I remember you tinkling that stuff while we were not tinkling on that stuff.
I was making all kinds of racket with that flatware and then ended up selling. That was good.
That is good.
So
and it was
fast, huh?
It was it was Oneida. It was Oneida and it was from USA and it was a Bancroft pattern. And I think I had 16 pieces and I sold it for $15.74 or something to that effect.
How much?
$15.74. That's good.
For 16 pieces?
For 16 pieces, yeah. Did I sell it too low, you think?
That may have been a little bit low, but
yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably why they popped on it.
Yeah. Well,
that's okay though. That's okay. I think I sold.
If you made a profit and you're happy with it, that's all that matters.
Oh heck yeah! I think I paid $2 for the bag, and I actually had just picked those up at the thrift store last week, so it was a good, flip. So I was really happy with that. But
well, for anybody who wants to get into flatware, this weekend on Saturday, on February 3rd, I am going to have a lot of flatware.
Ooh.
On the auction show.
Ooh. Is that the flatware that you were going to send to me?
No, I sent it to you.
Just send it to me.
No, I have so much flatware, there's no way I'm going to ever list it all. I've got so much. But I'm just going to...
I think that's great.
I'm going to grab as much as I can, put it in a flat rate envelope, and I'm going to send it.
Good.
I'm going to wrap it first, but yeah, I'm going to send it.
Okay. Well, that'll definitely keep my... who else is on with you? It's you and
Cincinnati Pecker's wife, Whitney,
Right.
and Joni Kramer.
That should be that'll be a good auction. I'm looking forward to it.
Good morning, Crafty Seller, and Why Not's Hidden Treasures, and Old Town Orchard, and good to see you again, Angela.
Yay.
Sassy Seller and Karen's at the beach. Hank again. Another sale just now. Get it?
Woo-hoo.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Need to get my coffee going on.
What's your weather like over there?
Snow.
Snow?
Day late and $1 too short. Or however you say it. However that goes. But yeah, yesterday was at the Tip Up Town, which is our winter festival. Everybody knows Houghton Lake because of Tip Up Town.
Right.
And because we'd have people come from, Ohio and other states, to do this. And now it's because they're not putting anything new into it.
Right.
They're just doing the same old thing. But and then the weather for the last couple of years has been like this, to where there's no snow.
Yeah.
So, and I seen they did the polar bear dip yesterday, and it looked like a swimming pool. But it was even there was ice to cut out, but it was real thin.
Huh.
It was real thin. You could tell it had water on top of it, and yeah, I'm surprised that they had it. Because you'd think people walking out onto to where the water's open, that would be a health risk. See, whenever they get in, before they get in, they tie a rope around the waist.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense.
And they have the fire department there. The fire department, they'll dive, or they'll, get in or whatever, jump in, and then swim to the other end. And the fire department, fire
paramedic
guys, fire. What are they called? Firemen. Yeah, firefighters. They will help them out. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. But so I guess they did it yesterday, which I'm very surprised. But it's good.
5 below here. It feels like 15 below, it says.
Whew. I don't even know. What's my temperature? I don't even know. It's frosty outside, but it's not bad. It's 11. It's not.
Yeah.
And it's not horrible.
It's 8 here. Snowing. We got maybe 2 inches. And then, but we didn't have anything last night, So.
Swamp Picker says found a Spider RD 5000 snow jacket at Goodwill Saturday for $4. I think I'm gonna keep it for myself.
Wow.
Well, y'all don't get no snow down there in Louisiana, do you?
Yeah. You even need a nice winter jacket like that?
I know. Those things are
walk around
tough.
In
Wow. Old Town Orchard said 65 degrees in beautiful Florida. That's nice.
And this says I saw Kmart selling Spider brand.
Oh, huh. Glenn's in here?
That's weird.
Yeah.
I got to show Glenn something. Give me
attention, Glenn.
If I get myself hooked up here, it'll take a sec.
Oh, hold on, Glenn.
It's a picture. I'm going to show Glenn a picture.
Oh, it's a medium weight jacket. It's not a heavy one.
Oh.
then I guess you'll be okay then. Yep. Wear it for a while and then sell it. There you go.
There you go.
Sounds like a good plan. Sally, oh, sorry.
Sometimes you just got to keep some stuff. I mean, if you get something for a good deal, you know.
Yeah. And it's something that you wanted, you've wanted for a while or something, you know, then you can kind of get over that, you know. Once you get something like that you've wanted for a while, you get it, and then you're like, yeah, it probably wasn't as good as I thought it was. And then you sell it, and then you make money off of it. So
yeah.
Right.
That works. Good morning, Frankie's Finds. How are you?
Oh, I guess I deleted it. You know that, but I'll tell you what it was. You know that cake that Glenn auctioned off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They actually had some of those in the grocery store yesterday for Valentine's or for Mardi Gras.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I thought,
When is
hey, I know that cake, and I took a picture and I was going to show Glenn, but I've already deleted it.
How much are they?
Not very much, like $8.
Huh?
Really? They're expensive on.
I bet you could sell them on eBay.
They're quite. I bet you could, because they're really popular right now with the what do you call it? With the Lent. Because that's
like special order with them or something to get them.
Maybe. Yep. That's right, Swamp Picker. That would have been a good show. My Keepers. There you go.
There you go. There you go. There you go, Glenn. There's your new show.
There you go.
That's your new idea to start them. YouTube popularity.
$15 for a medium-sized cake. Okay. For some reason, I was thinking that they were more. They were more money.
I went and looked on that website. They were very expensive, I thought.
Huh.
I must be looking at the wrong thing or something, because the ones I was looking at were like $45. Maybe they're the big, huge ones or something.
Yeah, they said king cake, Mardi Gras, and they had like a little set of beads on them, you know, like Mardi Gras beads. So, yeah, it was a cute cake. I should have bought one, but I didn't.
Interesting.
What's a medium-sized cake? What is that? Like, how many people would that serve? It's medium-sized cake.
The way that thing looked, I could have eaten it all in one sitting. Just, you know, just put my elbows down on the table and start dig my face in.
Then you would have swallowed the baby.
Probably.
Don't swallow the baby.
And the box and the tablecloth. And
Then you could have said, I have a baby in my belly.
They have fillings in some for 20 plus. Huh.
Oh, okay.
So I know how you feel.
These must have been party cakes that I was looking at then, because they wanted like $45 for them. I was like, holy shit, I ain't paying $45 for a cake. It looks good though, and everybody's talking about them like they're like the best thing since the round wheel. So
yeah. True enough. That's cool. Nikki, did you have any sales this weekend?
I had 4.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Not really, but yeah. For me lately, yeah, that's okay.
That's pretty good.
I did 3.
Good.
They were higher priced items though that I sold, so it was good.
Well, that's good. That is good.
So the money was there, but
priced items.
The numbers weren't.
But at least it was something.
What, Sally?
I said mine were all the lower priced items, but at least it was something.
Yep. All right.
Like they say, beggars can't be choosers. So, yeah, I sold.
Go ahead.
No, you go.
I'm totally fine with a small number of sales as long as the money's there. That's good. That's even better, actually, because then I got less shit back.
Yeah, absolutely. Less work. That's very true. I forgot what I was going to say, so.
I'm sorry. You were talking about you sold. It was something you sold.
Oh, I sold something on TrueGather.
Oh. Good.
So I do probably, I don't know, maybe one a week there. Maybe.
I haven't sold one thing since I got on there.
That's crazy.
Maybe I need to go look at it and see what's going on.
And this says I'm knocking them out of the park with one sale.
Awesome.
I had 2 offers on two other things that I declined. Frankie's Fine says she sold one of the items she listed yesterday around 10 o'clock. Just a few hours late. Yep, I know. That's what I thought too. Why couldn't you have been, a few hours earlier? But that's okay. It is what it is.
Yep.
I am, as far as listings, so I've been kind of teetering like the 1630s, the 1650s. I am up to, what am I up to right now? 1750. No, actually, it should be more than that. It's like 1785. So that just shows
some stuff that fell off or something.
No, because I've been pretty regularly about 1630, 1650, and now I'm at 1780. So I've been, that just tells me that I've been putting some listings up.
Yeah.
I've been getting some listings done. So yesterday I did 27.
Awesome.
So,
that's good.
Listings have been around. I like to keep it in the 20s. If I can get up to 30, that'd be great. But 20 to 30 is what I shoot for.
Yeah.
And if I can do that every day, that'd be good. So.
Yep.
And that was the thing, even with the challenge and everything. I got up. I had the night before I had listed or drafted some listings, and so all I had to do was take pictures. So I got up and that's what was the first thing I did. Got up and got those listings live, and then started the challenge. And then when I got a little bit bored with like the challenge stuff, because usually I'll do hard goods on the challenge. When I got kind of bored with that, then I went back and put some of those other listings up that I had made drafts for. So it worked out pretty good. Yeah, 1784 is what I'm rounding 1800 now.
That's good.
So
it's a lot.
It is a lot. It is a lot. And I've been thinking about maybe going through my inventory and just cutting some of the lower end stuff that's been on, for years. Just kind of pulling that out of the inventory.
Letting some stuff up, like size wise.
Yeah, I mean that could definitely happen. Same size shirts and stuff like that. Yeah, that could definitely.
Brands.
Yeah.
I know Ben Pickers does that with bras. They lot their bras by brand and size.
And they also do that. They do that with quite a few things. They do that with bras. They do that with exercise. Like they'll have 3 different brands of exercise, and but the same size, and they'll lot that stuff together.
That's a good idea.
And sometimes what they'll do is they'll make a set. So they'll make a set of exercise. So they'll do like a pant and a short, or a shirt and a short, or shirt and pant type of things, you know, whatever matches. So I think that's a great idea too. You know, you could probably sell a little bit more and you know, get rid of that stuff. So
yeah,
that's a great idea. I think I might look into that. But yep, things are going good. As far as my listings go of used up and what I have left, I've used 7,214 listings, and I've got left 2,786 listings. So I've just about used up my full 10,000 listings.
Yeah. Well, that's good. And you're doing what, 5-day listings?
No, I'm just doing 7.
Oh.
10,000 listings.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
So,
your YouTube.
Who's on YouTube? Who's got their YouTube on?
Yeah.
Oops, sorry.
Yep, I knew it was you. I didn't even have to guess.
I knew it was you because I knew it wasn't me.
I knew it wasn't me.
Not today.
My bad.
Hey, I'm going to take my packages out, so I will be back in just a minute, okay?
Okay.
I woke up early this morning, and it wasn't light out yet, and I'm like, I got to get going. I got a lot of stuff I'm going to do today. And then I sat here.
Nikki.
I sat here and watched Tara and Jim's video.
I tried to list while I was doing that. I watched 2 of their videos. The second one. I don't think I quite got to the good part yet, because I still got 20 minutes left of their video.
Yeah, I got about that long too.
Yeah. But he hasn't got to the camera story yet.
Yeah.
Even though I heard it. I was excited to hear about it. Hear him tell the story.
There is no good part, Sally.
No. Dang it.
Oh God, we talk about them and here they come.
I was coming on anyway. You just happened to bring it. You just happened to bring it up.
She's like, oh, that's my segue.
Yeah, there you go.
It was so funny. It was so funny, that video that I watched before that. Mabel was like jumping on everything.
Oh yeah, is that and the one with the Hawaiian?
With what?
Is that the one with the Hawaiian?
The Bobcat.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, that one.
That, yeah.
Yeah, she was real goofy that day.
Yeah, she like you would say something about the canopy, and then she go and jump on the canopy, like come from out of nowhere, and just jump on the canopy and stand there for a minute, look at you, and then run off. You know, like Maybelline approved. You know, you can sell this now. I thought it was funny.
So did Todd win it by himself yesterday, or did he split it with somebody?
I got all of it.
Awesome.
All right.
Todd is the grand champion.
after the sale, I sold 2 more things that I listed yesterday. After the show. So yeah.
Hey, Todd, you know what they say? You know what they say, Todd? To share is nice, but you get more if you're stingy.
That's right. Hey, I won twice yesterday. I won on the Reseller 6-pack show.
That's right, you did.
How did you win there?
Good job.
Chad had a contest to he had a whole bunch of parts in a box, and he started dragging them out one at a time. He said, "Nobody's going to get this." And then he, Steven's staff, they got it right off. But he had one prize for the panel and one prize for the side chat, and I won in the side chat.
Oh boy.
Good job.
Awesome.
I missed that. I only watched the first half of the show, but because then I had to go watch Sister Wives, so and they go a little off, so
they take priority.
I go watch Wives in the other one.
What was it? Was a M60? Parts from an M60?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a gun?
Yeah, machine gun.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, he
He was in talking about it yesterday.
You could have won.
Won what? It was like $20 or something.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't tell him I cheated.
$20.
Oh, Todd won that too? Oh man, that was so easy. Well, maybe I should have. If I'd known Todd was going for it, I'd have gone for it too.
But what was the part? Like flip or what?
It was 3 things or what? What was underneath your thing? I was like changing your monitor or something.
Oh, so you saw it when you were changing. Oh.
There was a sight and a gas, what do you call it? The gas return and several other parts. But, yeah, I just like Steven's staff, I told him to go ahead and donate the prize to the Wounded Warrior thing. So.
Oh, that's nice.
That's good.
I was setting up your printer. That's what I was doing.
Oh.
And I'm like, I can't be bothered by this right now.
Yeah, I was watching Sister Wives. I started watching the first hour, and then when 8 o'clock came, I had to go over to TLC.
I'm not going to donate yesterday's prize from the show. I'm going to buy a piece of silver.
Okay.
I went to a parade down in Beaver Dam when I lived down there. It's 4th of July parade, and we had 4th of July parades, and we still do here, but they're not nearly as big. This is a town of like 15,000 people, so it was a big parade for me, bigger than I ever seen. And they have a big National Guard post down there. Well, they're running an M1 Abrams tank down the street, and I'll tell you, when you get close to one of them things, they're huge. I mean, they ain't like the size of a van or something. I mean, this thing is enormous. They got this guy with a big smile on his face and his Kevlar helmet sitting up there with his M60 and surveying the crowd or whatever. And all of a sudden the tank stops and this guy gets a big smile on his face and pow, he lets that thing go. There's brass flying. I mean, it's blanks. But I want to tell you, if you want to see people get about 2 feet shorter instantly, he lets that thing rip. Everybody's just like, my kid is on my neck. I mean, he's got his thighs are like choking me because his legs are squeezed so tight together. I want to tell you, that is one awesome thing to see one of those things actually firing.
Wow.
On top of a tank. I mean, it was like, holy man. So anyway.
What labels are you talking about?
I had something in the side chat.
What? I'm trying to figure out. It's the labels that have the 2 half sheets. Yeah, the labels on one side. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we use.
If you go on my videos in the description, I have those labels in the.
Okay.
It is an affiliate link. I mean, that's not why I'm doing it, but the half labels that Jim and Tara use. I also use the same ones, and there's a link in my description of my videos.
Honestly, a year ago, Nikki was the one who got us to use it because Jim was stubborn and we were still taping our labels on. I'm like, come on, Jim. And he'd always like yell at me that I'm using too much tape and stuff like that. I'm like, this guy, stop. I mean, he'll sit behind me and he'll see me like use one too many pieces of tape and that, you're using too much tape, you're being wasteful.
She encases the entire piece of paper.
My point is, if the label gets wet, it could get all messed up. So at least it's under tape, so it will get to its destination.
Toner, not ink, so it does not.
I have gotten those labels wet and they've gotten all messed up. Don't even tell me.
I got mine wet the other day. I got my label wet the other day. It did not smear.
I'm talking about on paper, though. It does get messed up.
On paper, yeah.
Anyway, yeah, she just leaves this one little window open. Oh, we stole the big wash car wash. Or the big wheel car wash.
Oh, did we really? Oh, my God.
Yeah, they're not that expensive. My husband figured it out one time that it's like 2 or 2.5 cents a label or something like that. It's not that expensive at all. I mean, for the ease of it, it's definitely worth the 2 cents a label.
Oh, yeah.
And when I started using sticky labels, I was like, where have you been my whole life?
Right.
I mean, why have I been being so damn cheap in my business that I couldn't buy myself something like this?
Thanks, Nikki, for calling me cheap.
It was like, no, but seriously, it was like life changing. Wouldn't you say, Tara?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, all the time. When you're shipping out a lot of packages and you're dealing with that stinking tape to tape a label on.
Yeah.
I mean,
I guess it's probably because I don't do that much.
You probably use 2 cents of tape taping on those labels anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a time. Well, and it's more your time. I mean, I can move on to something else so quickly. But I will say this goes for anything on these shows. You may listen to this like, I don't know if I believe that or whatever. Don't just believe. I mean, be scientific. But be scientific means you have to experiment. It's usually most of the stuff is very inexpensive. At least try it. So then you can say, hey, I tried it and it didn't work. But you need to try everything to make sure, see if it works.
Right.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's not. I agree with you completely on that. But, sometimes it's more of you have to see it to believe it type of thing. You have to, I mean, if the Dymo has really made, for me, it has really made a difference in, in just getting the packages out. It's so much quicker and it's so much easier. And I know, just the labels. If you have a laser printer, there's no reason why you shouldn't be using the labels because they're just a lot easier to deal with.
Yeah.
They're pretty much smudge proof. You don't have to use as much tape. So it takes down that cost even more. So
yeah, you peel it and slap it. I mean, it's that quick.
Yeah, it really is.
I use my labels. These are the half sheet labels, and they're just like a regular piece. They're the size of a regular piece of paper. I put them in my tray. I use them for my inkjet, and I use them on my laser. Mm-hmm. I put them in a bunch in the tray. And every time I print one out, I put the half sheet in I have like a little box that's for, that reams of paper come in.
Mm-hmm.
And I just set those in that box. When I go through my whole tray, because a lot of people are like, oh, you got to flip them around. Once I get through my whole tray, I take that stack of them, just like I'm reloading anything else, any other kind of paper. But I put them in the opposite direction and print them out.
Yeah.
And then use up both labels, I mean, it's really not that big of a deal. I mean, it's, you're going to load, when you run out, you're going to load anyway. So why not just, you're just loading the other ones. It's not a big deal. People think it's like this big deal that you got to, you're only printing a half sheet. You got to print on the other one, and how are you going to do that? And it's really not that big of a deal.
You just reload them back. I put them in a pile when they print one off, the half off. I just put them in a pile and then you just reload them whenever you have to load your tray back up again.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. And it was life-changing. I mean, it's, when you've got, 15, 16, 20, 30 packages going out, you don't want to sit there fumbling around with tape. Or another thing, a lot of times I sometimes pack my stuff on the go, and I'm out in the wind or whatever, or I'll be outside packaging because it's so nice out. I'll do it outside, and I have those labels where I can just stick them on. I'm not dealing with the wind blowing my paper around, and I'm trying to tape it real fast. So that's another thing I like for it,
Yeah, I still have to use my inkjet for it's for the Posh, for my Posh sales, and for what is it, Bonanza and Together. I don't have the measurements or whatever, or the I can't talk, like the the specifics for the label. For some reason I can't get those. So when I do those, I have to switch over to the inkjet, but which is not a big deal. I just have to remember to do it.
Yes, there is a setting so that you don't print out that receipt. I can't remember where it is though, but I'll look for it for you, OJ. And you guys can continue on. When I figure it out, I'll let them know. I know there's a setting though. I just have to remember where it's
bring down the labels to 86%, and it fits half the sheet. I use Chrome on Windows PC. That's what Ben says. It's in portrait, so there's a lot of blank space on each side. Huh. I'm gonna have to just get in there and play with it and see if I can't figure it out. It took me a little bit to figure it out, and actually Tina is the one that helped me with that. She helped me with the getting that, because I'm definitely not computer savvy. So.
Oh yeah.
Nope, I am not. I'm like, when you say computer, I just turn dumb. But I just, yeah. It's like, yeah, I don't know. But did you guys have good sales, Tara and Jim?
Yeah, it was all right.
Well, the weekend?
Yeah.
Much better than last weekend.
Yeah, much better than last weekend. But you know what? I didn't list much last week.
I think it's the end of the month.
Well,
I mean, maybe that's part of it, at the end of the month, but I mean, it was a lot better than last weekend, so I'm not unhappy. But I mean, the last week and a half, I haven't listed very hard, which that's on me. But
if you look at your dollar sales on that graph when you go in, it's kind of deceiving because it'll be like, oh, that graph's all over the place. It doesn't concentrate on weekends. But I can tell by the number of shipments on my weekends that they do increase. But it doesn't necessarily, the dollar volume doesn't necessarily increase because we may have a ton of cheap things sell. So it doesn't, when you look at the dollar graph, sometimes that's deceiving. You got to look at your number of sales per day. And I mean, it's really fallen into the cycle where we get hit very heavy Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then somewhat Monday.
Today we did 125 so far.
Wow.
So, I mean, this Monday.
Oh, not that saddle.
No, not yet.
Okay. Well, anyway, but then it'll start to decline Wednesday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday start to pick up a little bit. It's like a camel hump. But it's falling into that. And I was talking to Tara last night. I wonder if it's because there's software now to track if you're at work and using your computer for stuff you're not supposed to, like eBay. And I wonder if that is why because I'm just thinking back to when we first started. People bought all week long. It seemed to be steady, and now it seems to be really concentrated on the weekends. It just makes me wonder if they can't shop at work anymore.
I have the answer for OJ.
Okay.
Is he listening? Okay.
What's the question?
So when you go to print your label, you click on print shipping label, and it brings up the whole eBay page where it's got the order summary and everything. Well, towards the top right, at the top it says purchase and print USPS or postage, and then you go over from that towards the right, and it says manage your shipment. Tell us how we can improve this page. Help. Right below that, it says printer and label receipt preferences.
Mm-hmm.
And you click on that, and then it says label printing preferences, and it says number 1, what kind of printer are you using? And then you set that, and then number 2 is what do you want your labels to look like? And uncheck that box. It says shipping label with receipt and instructions.
Oh,
so you uncheck that box, and it gives you an example of what it's going to look like. So
sounds good.
That is how you do it, and you press save, and it should be the same every time.
He said he was out of the room. Can you repeat it?
Are you kidding me?
Whoops.
Is he serious?
Oh, yeah, okay. He's serious.
No, he's kidding.
He's kidding. I mean, I would have repeated it.
Kidding, Nick. Oh, my gosh.
Right? Awesome.
I was like, I guess he's serious. I don't know. That's funny.
Now, Ben, he said the humidity in South Louisiana turns my labels into shriveled up mess. I had a problem with that this summer. I don't know why mine were curling, but for some reason they were. And after I would print them, they would be all curled up. And then, so then when I go and load them back in the printer, part of them would be curled up on the corner. So, so what I did was when I put them in my box, that little box that I said I had, I also had like a light book, and I just set that in there on top of them, and it kept them straight until you put them back in the printer. It was almost like almost a little bigger than a magazine, and that kept them flat enough so that when I put them back in the printer, I don't know if we had some humid days or something that they were doing that to me, but yeah, if they get like kind of squirrely on you, just do that. Put a little book over them, and a big book, about the same size, and just set that in there on top of them, and they'll stay straight. So you put them in your printer.
Good to know.
That's what I do. And the ones that I haven't used, I mean, they come shrink wrapped. A whole bunch of them come shrink wrapped, and then there's another package of them that are shrink wrapped. And I only take the ones out of the shrink wrap that I'm going to use. I leave them in the shrink wrap until I'm ready to use them so they don't get curled up.
Okay. That's a good idea.
I'm going to go and message that guy if I make too much from and say, now, I advertise you all the time. You better send me some free labels. I'm just kidding.
There you go. What in the heck is that? My phone just started going off. That is weird.
Weird.
Like, it was. It was like I did not do. My phone is over here. I didn't do anything with it. And then it just started going off.
Oh, he was talking about when they're on the package. They're curling up when they're on the packer. That's terrible.
Yeah, mine do that too.
Oh.
Mine do that after we stick the label on, if we put them out on the porch right now because it's humid and snowy weather or whatever, I don't get it so much in the summer, but it's definitely a humidity difference. We take them from the warm house out to the cold porch, and when I go to take them out to the van, they will actually like birch bark. They'll wrinkle.
Huh.
Really?
But then it seems like once they're in the heated van, by the time I get to the post office, they've mostly straightened out again. So go figure. I don't know. The post office hasn't complained yet, so I'm just going with it.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, see, I never have problems with my labels ever.
And we've bought them from several different vendors too, so I don't know that it's.
Huh.
I don't know.
That's weird.
Maybe you need to buy them from my vendor.
Maybe. Well, we have bought them for your vendor. I don't remember if those did or not. But maybe your porch is drier.
I take mine right into the post office, so maybe mine don't have that problem.
Well, you have better behaved dogs than we do. You see the way Mabel walks on stuff? So as soon as it's packed, I want to get it out of the house. Which I should though walk her right to the vehicle, because actually, if I do take it right out to the vehicle, and I don't know why, because it's the same temperature as the porch. But I mean, when I say porch, it's not a covered porch; it's basically outside. When I take it out to the vehicle right away, I don't get the wrinkling.
Huh?
I shouldn't be lazy. Anyway. Somebody yesterday.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Jim says I splurged for and buy Avery for 30 UPS. I don't know what that is. I get 2 free labels. 2 free. Let's see. Get free 2 at labels from UPS. Huh. Is that the same thing that you had? Is that the same thing that you use, Nikki?
I don't use Avery, no. Avery's expensive.
30 UPS means 30 on a sheet.
30 on a sheet.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
That happened to me like, what was it, like a year ago? Yeah, a year ago. I just bought that sweater for a year ago. Willow, I bought this Rastafarian monkey.
Uh-huh.
And I had it in a bag in the van, and she pulled it out, and yeah, it was her monkey.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. She wasn't pulling it up. I'm like, well, I guess I'm not going to sell that Rastafarian monkey.
Now, the Rastafarian monkey,
huh?
That would be a great title for one of your List It or Ditch It episodes. That would be a great title for one of your List It or Ditch It episodes, the Rastafarian monkey List It or Ditch It show. People would watch just
we figured I need to ditch it. You shoot the hell out of it.
Boy. Yeah, with ours, it's usually the eyes and the nose go first, and then they rip it.
Yeah.
Then they rip the stuffing out through the face.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, she was on that like stink on shit boy, and Luggy, I have to watch him because one time I sold this teddy bear. It was one of them old time teddy bears, and I went and grabbed it, and I took it out of, it was in the storage shed, and so I took it out of the car to bring it in to ship it, and as soon as I was grabbing something else, and I had this bear in my hand, and he went, and all of a sudden I feel this tug, and here he was trying to take it from me.
Oh gosh.
So yeah, I really have to watch him and stuffed animals, because he thinks all stuffed animals are his. Yeah, she's got expensive taste, right, Jennifer?
Yeah, our dogs prefer American Mills if we can find it for them.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And that's my daughter. She I was talking about getting another goat and how much I wanted another goat, and she bought me this goat male goat and for Christmas last year, and I got it in the mail. And as soon as I took it out of the box, I mean, I swear to God, Lugnut's eyes like brightened up. And he's always trying to get that damn goat from me. I got it so high up now. Yeah, like leave it alone. That's mine. I can have a baby too, you know. Well, we don't call him baby because I don't want him to think he can chew on babies.
Oh my God, I have trifocals now. Okay, that's not a good thing, but anyway, they cost more than regular glasses. So I set my glasses on the nightstand, and Mabel looked at him kind of funny. I'm like, no, Mabel. She's like, just toddles off. I'm like, whatever. I drift off to blissful sleep. I wake up in the morning, and now the arms of my glasses are all. I had to actually take sandpaper and sand down the bite marks so I can wear them, like cutting the sides of my head. And I thought, well, at least you didn't get the lenses. But then I went to clean them, and now I got like these tooth marks in my plastic lenses. I'm like, Mabel.
Oh no.
She looked at my smartphone. She looked at my smartphone the same way. I'm like, there's a drawer in the nightstand. I put that smartphone in the drawer. I just open it up to check it. I can't hear it ka-ching anymore, but I can open up the drawer to check it. And I can tell she's looking at it like she's gonna eat it.
my daughter's Chihuahua. Every time she gets a new smartphone or something, yeah, he's on it. As far as I don't know what's in that, but as far as the glasses go, my husband, the dog chewed my husband's glasses, and when he went to the eye doctor to get his eyes rechecked, to get new glasses, the eye doctor told him, yeah, it's because they're made out of the same stuff that rawhide is made out of. That's why dogs go after glasses.
Yeah, she didn't care. I'm looking at her right now. She didn't really care for the lenses. She just bit those a little bit. She mostly chewed the arms. Because they're metal frames, but they got these plastic covers on the arms or whatever. I don't know how they do that. They're the only glasses that fit my head at the place. I have a fat head, and they all have skinny glasses.
That was a rough year for a rough few months for my husband. I got these two beagles that were like the best hunting beagles in Douglas County. They were well known. Everybody was like, "Oh my God, you got those beagles? That is awesome." Because my husband was getting into him and his friend. His friend was a small game hunter, and so Gary was starting to get into it with him. And so I got these beagles because they were like the best small game hunting beagles, you know, or whatever. Anyways, well, I decided to make them inside beagles instead of outside dogs. And they destroyed so much of Gary's stuff. They destroyed his $500 pair of glasses. They destroyed his Advair inhaler, which is about $400 a month.
Oh my gosh.
They ate his Benylin inhaler, which wasn't a big deal, but they still, or albuterol or whatever it is these days.
No.
They bit that and destroyed that. They ate his shoes. He had a couple pairs of pants they destroyed. I mean, they were like, I don't know if they hated my husband or what, but yeah, I eventually had to get rid of them because, I mean, it was getting expensive.
Yeah, I think she's in Clear County. So they were the best hunting beagles in Clear County.
Yeah, I had
the garage would go hunting with Gary. They'd go take these two beagles.
But in my house, I don't like to leave dogs outside all the time. I don't believe in outside dogs. I mean, if people have outside dogs, that's fine. I'm just saying in my house, because I have more than one dog, and I don't think it's fair that stay outside and other dogs can come inside. Anyways, and that's just in my life. Like I said, I don't care what other people do, but
right.
But yeah, so I didn't want to leave these beagles outside. I wanted them to be inside dogs. I wanted them to be pets like our other dogs, you know. But yeah, oh, they were horrible. Oh, cute, but God, they were horrible.
You took those Mustang signs out. Did you slide those up on?
I ended up giving them to a lady who, her husband's hunting dog, longtime hunting dog, had just passed away, and she said that he was really struggling with it, and he was really close to this dog. And I gave them to her, and I told her about all the problems with them, and she says no problem. She says I got a great dog trainer. I'm going to take them to, and I talked to her not too long after that, and she said they're doing wonderful. She took them to her dog trainer, and they're wonderful dogs, and he just loves them. And
wow.
And it took him out a lot. He was pretty tore up about his dog, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said it didn't take him long to warm up to them two girls at all.
Well, I knew somebody that had beagles, and I'll say I've never owned a beagle, but they are a dog that they have to have like a job, otherwise they get into mischief. It seems.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
you know,
they'll get on the track and run or do a little bit of naughty stuff, but if they got like a good like small game hunting job, that really gets rid of the friskiness out of them.
Yeah. Well, my dog Gus, you know, he was so perfect, and he was a beagle mix. Well, it must have been the mix in him that made him perfect, because it was a beagle.
Yes, because I mean,
we had Gus at the time, and Gus was such a perfect dog. I mean, he was wonderful. And I mean, like I have always said, I would have thought he was human if I didn't know better. He was so smart. And so I was like, ooh, 2 more beagles? This will be sweet, you know? Yeah, they were just bad dogs. But I mean, in their defense, they were kept in a kennel all the time. That's all they did was hunt, you know. And when one day I let them off the leash, I was going to try letting them off the leash, because I don't like dogs on leashes all the time. So all of a sudden they were gone for 2 days. 2 days they were gone for. And they finally came back, and their little noses were so blood raw. I mean, they must have been sniffing that whole 2 days, searching for stuff. I mean, they came back, their poor little noses. I felt so bad for their little noses, you know. And I was like, well, I can't let them off the leash. So what good are they at hunting if you can't let them off the leash, you know? But I don't know. Maybe I didn't.
Nikki, what about the little asses after you got through kicking them?
I know. I was so upset because I lost these 2 dogs, you know. And they were my girls' dogs, you know. I mean, the girls loved them. Oh, yeah. Little shits. But they were so cute, too, though.
When I was a little girl, we had a coonhound that was like that. We just could not have it, like, not tied up, because she'd take off and get on a trail, and you wouldn't see her for, like, 2-3 days.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, like, coon hunting dogs at Cooter County.
It was a coonhound. It was a black and tan. I'm not kidding.
Oh man, does that sound?
Well, that was my brother. You know, he's like, "How are these the best hunting dogs in Douglas County?" He goes, "They don't come back." Like, I don't know, but I mean, everybody was like, "Oh, you got so and so's beagles. Those are the best beagles. Those are the best hunting dogs in Douglas County. They're well known, you know, and blah blah blah." And they were when I was getting rid of them. I mean, I had so many people like, "Oh, I want them. I'll pay you for them," you know. And I just wanted them to get a good home. Is all I cared about. And
the guy you got from Nikki was paying people to say that because he just wanted to get rid of these.
But no, even when I was getting rid of them, you know, they wanted them, and I ended up giving them to that lady, and yeah, I mean, they're doing wonderful now. But.
I don't want to be okay. I don't mean no disrespect, but this show we sound like a bunch of rednecks between me talking about coonhounds and you and your best hunting dogs in Douglas County. I mean, like a bunch of hick rednecks.
That's all right.
That's one reason why I got rid of my long sofa, was because my littlest dog, Prancer, that you always see me with, he got some kind of anxiety and tore the entire arm of my couch cushion off. Like it, I don't know. And it was a down feather couch.
Oh,
So anytime he bit into that thing, it was like pillow fight. That's what it looked like in here. Like, somebody got into a pillow fight. Like, oh my God. Okay. Finally, he tore up the arm, and then he tore all 3 couch cushions up. And, like, I would repair them and stuff and sew them up. But yeah. After the 3rd one was busted open, I was like, screw this.
I love dogs, but
I'm not dog.
Sure I wouldn't have killed Prancer after that one. And I love dogs, but Prancer would have killed after that one.
Yeah.
Tara and I will be in a store looking, and we'll just walk by furniture, and it'd be like, wouldn't it be nice if we could have furniture like that? We just nod and then walk on.
Yeah, I let the dogs lay on our couch and stuff, and they don't chew the couch up, but you kind of have like dog hair.
I know, but they'll do this thing where they got to go in a circle to lay down.
And scratch.
You stop them, but I mean, what do they? When you're not home, they still do it. Next thing you know, you start getting a little your couch. It's like, oh my God.
That's why I keep a blanket on the couch. My Willow likes to do that, but she doesn't do it as much anymore now that she has a blanket on the couch.
Our dogs take the blanket.
Yeah, they act like they're digging a damn hole.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to take some ether, pour it on a blanket, and then wrap it around the dog's head.
Good night.
Yeah.
Speaking of doorknobs, Jennifer was talking about her dog and chewed the front doorknob off.
Oh.
When I got my Saint Bernard, he was smart as a whip. I could tell right away because, I mean, he would sit there and all my doorknobs still to this day have dents in them. I'm switching out the doors this year, so I wasn't going to change the doorknobs. But anyways, they have dents in them because he would see that we opened the doors by touching that doorknob. So he would always get his mouth on there and try to open the door. He knew he had to do something with that doorknob, but he never figured out that he had to turn it, But
I'll tell you one better.
Yeah,
we had a Shepherd Doberman mix. He figured out how to turn it.
Oh God!
Not me.
No, when I was in high school, so sometimes I was entertaining him. Like all of a sudden, the dog's in the room. I'm like, what the hell happened?
No,
how'd the dog get in?
That Snoopy I have, that black and white dog, anytime we leave the house, if he is in the house, we have to secure the refrigerator because he's learned how to open our fridge up, and then he goes and shops for food and eats stuff out of the fridge. And like one day I accidentally walk in and he just takes his little foot, just like a little hand, and he just kind of like hooks his claw there where the gasket is on the door and just flips it open, and then free reign in the fridge. Now what the hell kind of dog learns how to open up a fridge door?
Oh my gosh.
It makes you sound like a total redneck, but I've never had that.
He knows where the food's at.
Oh my God.
He said, so this is where the jackpot is.
Yeah. Oh wait, bunch meat, cheese. Oh yeah, there's all the good stuff.
Yeah. This is why they keep that in there. All the good stuff's in here.
Audrey said, my dog ripped my overall chest pocket off, so now he rides in back of my Camel 4x4. It's hard to watch him through the rifle rack in the window. Old Town Orchard said, my neighbors raise hunting dogs. It can get loud. They have had as many as 100 plus. When they start barking, it can be as loud as living next to an airport.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, my husband's uncle, he used to raise hunting dogs. And yeah, I couldn't believe how loud it would get, especially when they went out to feed them or whatever. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, Honey was a good dog, but she was crazy.
Yeah.
She was crazy. And she was not, that was the thing with her. She wanted to be outside. But our fence is so old that all she had to do was, once she found out, it was like you couldn't keep her in the fence. But she would, and there's, it's like a half acre, I would say 3/4 acre lot. And so she had plenty of room to run, but she found out if she ran really hard and ran into the boards that they would break.
Oh God.
And I swear she would do that every time. I have so many holes you know, that have been repaired in the house, because that's what she, or not in the house, but in the yard. That's what she would do. And she would just go and butt up against one of those boards and break. Because she was a good 80 pounds.
Yeah.
At least. And yeah.
We get that with horses and ponies. When they learn how to do that, they go up for sale. Because once they figure it out, it's like you can't take that technology away. They got it. I mean, you pretty much just got to get rid of them.
Yeah. Yeah. And that, you know, that was to her demise because she got out of the fence and got hit by a car.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
We had that min pin. We just couldn't break him from going across the street. And one day he got tagged eventually.
Yeah, once they get in that in their blood, they just it just doesn't. You can't get it to go away. It's there.
He was bad. The only way I could catch him is if I had a piece of cheese with me, and then I could go Caesar cheese, and then he'd come back to me. But if I didn't have anything, and you'd say Caesar, he'd look over his shoulder at you, and then he'd just bolt and he'd just take off. I mean, I swear to God, if I'd had a gun, I'd have shot him. He'd just drive. I'd be so mad at him.
He is that little dog. When I send you those things with our things with the contest or whatever, where I have the second screen is in the picture with Brandon and he's that little min pin that's sitting on the couch with Brandon.
Oh my gosh.
He was a little cutie, but he was naughty.
Yeah, he was naughty. He wasn't like raised right. We got him when he was probably almost 2 years. He had some behavioral issues when we got him.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out. I need to find something that I can put in a spray bottle, because Ringo has gotten this thing now where on the back porch, I mean, though it's old, the linoleum back there is, you know, it's not the greatest. But he's gotten to this place where he'll pull that linoleum up and he'll start chewing on it.
Yeah.
So I need to find like a spray, something I can put in a spray bottle and spray that linoleum so he won't do that. You know.
Well, I was going to say, I thought you meant spray him when he does it, because you just spray him with water.
Well, I could do that too, but
ammonia.
I wonder
usually he won't do it though when I'm back there. He only does it when.
Maybe if you put something like a little bit of ammonia and some water and sprayed it there, because then when he goes to sniff it, that might keep him off of it, because you know ammonia smells really bad.
I was either thinking ammonia or vinegar.
I know pepper. If you sprinkle your garbage can with pepper, they stay away from it. So.
Yeah, my grandma tried that. My grandmother had an egg-sucking dog that used to steal the eggs, so then they started like baiting eggs, or they would inject them with cayenne pepper and then make the hole seal back shut, and it never stopped that dog from stealing eggs.
You're supposed to do. You mix the cayenne pepper with ammonia, and you fill the egg with that. So when the dog bites into it, well, they don't ever touch an egg again.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they will again, but it's a long time in between.
I'll have to try the vinegar water.
OJ said, Jim, that's like Star Trek has the prime directive. Same as ponies breaking the board.
Yeah, it is. Jim is mad. We used to have 3 Shetland ponies here. I don't have any Shetlands anymore. So anyway, we had this one real shitty one. His name was Snickers. And he knew how to crawl right in between the fence. But he taught the other 2, and they'd get out in a group, and then Jim would be out there chasing them around, and he'd be swearing at them. And...
No, he would go up, if you can imagine, it's a 2-rail fence, okay? You can visualize a 2-rail fence. What this pony would do is put his head in between the 2 rails, and he'd get his 2 front legs up on that bottom rail, and then he'd just take his chest and push forward, and that's how it would break the board off. And then they could go right over the dirty little Shetlands. And then the other 2 girl Shetlands would follow his ass, and they go run all over the... And Tara always goes, oh, we have so many horses and 3 ponies. Like the ponies aren't a horse. Well, when the sheriff's department comes, guess what? Your pony's considered a horse. The sheriff don't say, oh, your 2 little Shetlands are loose. They're like, hey, get your horse off the highway.
We call them the shit.
No, they're bad.
We had a cow. We had cows that were stubborn like that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Cows are very stubborn.
Ugh. That cow was a pain in the butt.
Yeah, I just remember my mom would run in. We're getting ready for school, and my mom would run in. We got to go chase that cow. She hopped over a barbed wire fence. I'm like, what? She hopped over a barbed wire fence? How'd she do that?
And we didn't know. I mean, we weren't like raised on a farm or anything.
Oh.
We didn't know. We didn't know nothing about cows.
No.
We didn't know nothing about it.
We had no business raising cows.
No.
I mean, we had chickens, pigs, a duck at one time. I mean, we always experimented with the, raising, different bunnies. We had bunnies that my dad thought, oh, he got a couple of bunnies and it was going to be fine. Well, that couple of bunnies soon turned into about 50.
Fast,
yeah. Like within, a couple of months, we had 50 bunnies in there. I was
Mom, get the beagles. The cow just jumped over the barbed wire fence. we need those Cooter County beagles.
When I was a little girl, we had cows, and I was on the school bus coming home from school, and I see my grandmother standing in the middle of the road flagging the school bus stop. I'm like, oh my God. Now, my grandma was like your typical like Polish babushka kind of old lady. So she flags on the bus. She's like, I've got to get my granddaughter off the bus. The cows are loose on the golf course here, and there's nobody at home. And I'm like, oh my God. So I was so embarrassed. I'm a little girl. I sit on the bus and act like I'm not on the bus. So then she's like, right there, come on, let's go. She's like, well, why didn't you come off when I said that? I'm like, oh, I didn't notice you or whatever, because I was so embarrassed. And she's got like, she'd wear these like knee-high nylons, but they'd always be like falling down around her ankles. Too embarrassed to be like get off the bus with her. I know that's horrible to say, but like when you're a kid, you're like, oh my God, my parents are embarrassing. And our cows are running around on this expensive golf course. Grass.
I will say this, to this day, if you need Tara as a wingman, sometimes she vanishes. Sometimes you're looking around and Tara's disappeared.
That's funny.
I pretended I wasn't on the bus.
Well, my grandmother's like up for. Well, I don't understand why she wouldn't be on the bus. What the hell's going on?
Where is she?
Oh my God, I didn't see you there, which I saw the whole thing. I saw her in the road flagging the bus down. I'm like, oh my God.
I can tell you from experience, this is the personality trait Tara has carried into adulthood.
That's too funny.
Oh boy.
Oh, I just got my Steemit account.
A what?
My Steemit account.
Now, what is that?
He's doing Bitcoin. I don't even know what Steam means. Bitcoin?
Oh, does it have something to do with Bitcoin?
Yeah.
Are people watching you while you're making oatmeal on the stove wearing a bikini top?
What?
What? What?
What the hell are you talking about?
There's like this whole business. There's a whole business about like people watching other people doing stuff, and it doesn't have to be sexual at all. It could be, they're fully dressed and doing stuff, like cooking or eating or whatever, and people have fetishes for it. So like they'll send whoever's doing the video, they'll send those people Bitcoin, and it's like their whole currency. And they'll do stuff like, lick the spoon or something, for,
oh my God.
for $5,
Oh, I can spoon if they send me money.
I know you would. You always.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
I mixed the batter.
Valerie says, okay, I'll look into it.
John says, I am away for a few minutes, and Sally's asking Nikki if she is a fetish model.
Oh my gosh. Went from bad to worse. Whew.
The hell did I walk into?
Yeah, exactly.
I'll lick a spoon for free.
Man.
Yeah, but there's like this whole big community, and they follow the Bitcoin. You know, the Bitcoin is like their currency for all of this.
Bitcoin mining is harder than I thought.
It does go very sexual. You know, I'm not going to say that doesn't, because, you know, it does step it up to that sexual part, but it doesn't have to. Like, people stay fully clothed and do household stuff like vacuum and stuff, and people are sending them Bitcoin.
So if I
because they're watching.
There you go, Nikki.
Oh, go ahead.
And go.
If I okay, I'm
sorry.
stopped.
Okay, I'm done.
Valerie, go. No,
I'm done. No, I'm done.
Okay, your turn. Here you go.
Jim.
And you.
It's Jim's turn. Everybody pitch.
She's muted. Okay, she will not. I was gonna say, should I do a haul video where I pull stuff out of my rusty van in a mankini?
Oh.
There you go. Hey, worth a try.
Okay, Valerie, it's all you. What are you gonna do in a bikini?
I am not doing anything. Nope. Nope.
Bitcoin mining.
Yes, you will, OJ.
What's that?
But I have heard your shoes sell way better if you have your wife to model the shoes with a close-up on her feet. Yeah, so you just have to, you know, visualize some guy, you know, doing stuff with a picture of your wife's feet. You know, that's, you know, it just depends on where you're at, you know, with all that.
Creepy.
There's some people that don't care. I personally don't care. Like, if I have a pair of shoes that somebody wants to do all that kind of stuff with, that's fine. But I'm not sending pictures of me. I've done it before to where they said that, you know, they'll pay extra for smelly feet or whatever if you wear them for a couple of days. I did not wear them for a couple of days. I put ramen noodle juice in them.
Gross.
Yep, chicken ramen noodle juice. Yep.
And Brandon's like, why? Brandon's like, why do these ramen noodles taste weird?
No, actually, I just poured the juice in the shoes, and like let it soak in and dry before I sent them. Yep.
Yucky.
And they were like, "Oh, thank you so much. These smell horrible." I'm like, okay.
If that's the case, I could make $1 million off my son's shoes.
Well, so you can't do that anymore. I mean, you could. I bet there's ways around it, but you know, you can't say heavily worn or anything like that anymore.
Yeah, but the fetish isn't hurting anybody. I mean, I don't understand.
I know. That's what I'm saying too. Yeah. It's really not.
I mean, loosely, I mean, there's things that they're paranoid about, like, I don't know. I mean, it's like they're enforcing their own morality on you. I mean, that's not right. But anyway.
No.
I guess life ain't fair.
I think eBay's just trying to maintain some kind of image.
John says, after a week, my shoes have a health warning.
My son's feet smell so bad his socks stand up on their own.
Oh my God.
So what do you do for a living?
Good morning, Mother's Mustache. She says good afternoon.
What's
that?
Afternoon.
Yeah,
where are you at? Maybe she woke up late.
She's in Georgia. Georgia.
Anyways, I am just starting on Steemit. I really don't know that much about it, so I can't go into about it, but I just thought I'd check it out.
Once you figure it out, let us know.
When I figure it out and I make millions, I'll let you guys know to get you guys on it.
Yeah, Nikki. don't let not knowing anything about Bitcoin or that what do they call it, BitConnect or whatever. Don't let not knowing anything about it stop you from making videos.
Yeah, I'll figure it out. I mean, when they talk about Bitcoin, this is like Steam, and it's like you have to take your Steam and convert it to Bitcoin, and then you take Bitcoin and to convert it into cash. So, I mean, it's not exactly Bitcoin. It's another currency that you have to turn into Bitcoin. But anyways, that's all I really know about it. But I just thought, well, you know, somebody who I've coined as an idiot first, as well, how I first heard about it. And but then I've seen other people on YouTube talk about it. So maybe he's not the idiot that I thought he was, or she. So I'm going to try it out and see what it's all about.
You know how it is when you first see this guy and he's kind of X whatever, and you're just like, could never be with a guy like that. And then you like decide, you know what, maybe I'll date him and see how he is. And then later on you realize, no, he was a jerk. I should have went on my first date. Just a story.
Oh, good. Mother's Mustache is on Steam. Well, after I get it all started up, I'll have to figure it out. I am Poplar Picker on there, so. But as far as Bitcoin goes, I mean, anybody talks to me about Bitcoin, I mean, I have no clue. The other day I was working on some Bitcoin stuff and trying to learn about it. I mean, it's total.
Well, how do you get it? How do you get the Steam?
It's like a social media. The Steemit thing is like a social media thing. The way I understand it. Now, a little disclaimer. This is the way I understand it. I don't know if I'm accurate. But the way I understand it is it's a social media thing, something like Facebook and YouTube. And they have this thing called DTube. And you can embed your YouTube videos on there. You can make new videos. You can write posts like blog posts or whatever on there.
Yeah.
And if people like them, they'll give you Steam. And some people, the higher Steam power they have,
oh boy,
the more they'll give you. Now, like I was watching Thrift Shop Hustler the other day, and he said that he liked somebody's thing and gave them Steam. He ended up giving them like 21 cents of Steam. Now, but the way he explained it was that the amount of Steam you have, let's say you have like $10 in Steam, it's actually more in Bitcoin or US dollars, because the Steam is actually it. I don't know how to. I don't want to try to explain it, but
look, let me ask you this. So, but let's say you said this with the YouTube video. So if you do this or you link like your YouTube to your Steam, you could probably pick up more views on your YouTube then, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
So John says, so you have to build up a head of Steam. Well, I figure, you know what? We're steam engine people in my family, so why not try Steemit?
I have a question whenever we get a break.
What?
Oh, Todd.
I can go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, it's a total switch of subject, but we can go back to the Steemit. I have a global shipping customer wants to buy 3 items, and they want to know if they get a combined shipping rate.
I don't think you can combine shipping.
No.
Yeah, because that goes to Kentucky.
Yeah. eBay handles that.
Even if my items ship together to Kentucky?
No, it won't affect them because eBay builds them, not you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but can you ship them together to Kentucky?
Sure.
No, because you'd have different.
Yeah.
Because on your label with your thing, it designates the different customer's name in the country.
You have to have a different tracking number for each package.
Yeah. And them separate.
Yep. That's your only option on that.
So there's no option for the buyer to get combined shipping from Erlanger to that.
Only if you ditch Global and ship it to them yourself.
Well, yeah. So that's your only option.
I don't recommend that, but that is one way you could do that. I wouldn't, but.
Oh, well, the other Jason says I could take the 3 items and combine them into one listing.
Well, yeah, you could do that. Yeah.
How much money is here that is it worth it?
Let me look. It's 3 cold weather shirts. Let's see. Some of the military surplus stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Basically fleece jackets.
I'm just saying, I mean, you should be worth your while if you're going to do a whole new listing with the 3. It's a lot of jerking around.
Have they purchased the items yet? Is this going to be a...
No, they're sending me
offers?
Questions. Here, let me...
Oh, yeah, these are best... This is best offer stuff?
I'll probably have best offer on them, but...
Yeah, my fear is once you get done doing all this stuff, then they're going to offer you like half of what it's worth. You know, if you haven't come to a number yet.
Yeah, you see what they are there?
Yeah. Yeah, I'd make one listing for them. Tell them that's the only way you can do it.
Yeah, and I'm shipping them free to Erlanger anyway, so.
Yeah. Otherwise, tell them the shipping is out of your hands. So tell them what their options are. That, you know, that once the sale is done, eBay charges them for the shipping, and it's out of your hands. But you have another option is I can combine them into one listing, so that you're only paying for one shipping.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I want to do that for $45, $50 net. Okay.
How are those selling in general, Todd? I mean, you're getting pretty brisk action.
I'm getting lots of questions on them and offers and stuff, but they should sell pretty good.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, if they're easy to sell to somebody else, you might want to, think about that rather than invest a whole ton of time with this one person who wants to do it weird.
Hoops for this one person.
Because it's no benefit to you; it's all their benefit. I mean, you're not getting. I mean, all you're doing is dropping, your price and going through all these hoops for shipping. What's the benefit to you if you can sell them to somebody else?
Right.
So, I mean, these will sell if not this winter, next winter. They're good. Good warm little jacket.
Sorry, sassy sellers. That sign is spread today. Yep.
Yeah, that stuff does suck.
Okay, thanks. Now back to Steemit.
You're welcome, Todd.
Well, I don't really know enough about Steemit yet to really talk about it. So, I'm just saying it's like a social media thing, and you can earn Steam by people liking your stuff. And so I thought, if I can get and you're not going to get rich quick on it, so it's not like that. I guess unless you had something that really was spectacular. But I figure if I was looking into Bitcoin, and a lot of people talk about Bitcoin like it's a bubble that's going to pop. So I don't really want to invest a whole bunch of my own money into it. So I thought, well, if I got on this Steemit and I made some money on it, then that would be my good way of investing into Bitcoin, because if the bubble pops, all I'm really out is my time, not my cash, you know. So,
oh fuck, sorry.
Which, I mean, the time is worth money, but I know, Jim, my time is worth money.
No, Tara was dropping a bomb.
I accidentally dropped a bomb. I'm listing a shirt. And you ever have that where you get through, you type the description, and then you see a piece of damage on the shirt that you didn't see before, and you're like, "Arr!"
Oh yeah.
But she didn't say fudge.
I didn't say fudge.
That's all right.
Morning Liquidation, Ohio, Chris.
That happens.
Sorry, Nikki. No,
hey, Valerie.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you call this neck?
Yeah.
Isn't that a scoop neck or something?
Is it like a shrug?
No. It'd be
Ain't it like a scoop neck?
Yeah, probably a scoop neck.
Scoop, okay.
Ah, the non-clothing seller was right.
You are a clothing seller.
Yeah, you dork.
Okay, the person that doesn't know anything about clothing.
But you do.
Yeah.
Apparently, you just answered it.
Hi, Steve.
Your clothes, too, you dork.
Mike said, hey, Jim, I need your advice. Life lesson. Oh, boy. You don't want to ask Jim. I am peddling coke on the side. Not much. Only about a kilo a week. My little brother is a cop, and he keeps snooping around. What should I do about that?
Oh, my God.
Coke, you know.
That's intense.
Okay, number one, don't peddle coke. Don't put yourself in that situation.
I think you need a lawyer.
Mine too, Chris.
Coke gives a cavity. Ask your dentist. It's horrible for your teeth.
Yep.
You need to go find an Italian.
Oh my God.
He'll take care of your problem. Waiting on Jimism. And I can say that because I'm Italian. So.
That's right. That's right.
So any Italians that just got offended, I'm Italian too, so I can say it.
Don't let your little brother on your property. Tell him to get the F out of here.
OJ says you better call Saul.
Yep.
Yeah.
What you should do is get yourself a wristband that has letters on it that to remind you what to think every time you get in a situation like that. What would John Wayne do?
What would John Wayne do?
Oh wow.
Chris said, "Clothes are my nemesis."
I'm listing clothes right now.
John Wayne or
there you go.
Yeah.
I love Clint Eastwood in Gran Torino. You know that character?
Oh yeah.
It's an awesome movie.
I love that movie. Yeah.
I love that movie, but the kid that he works with, the neighbor kid that he has to do it.
Yeah.
The movie's great. But
We lost you. You gone.
Yeah, he kind of doesn't have a personality a little bit.
No, he doesn't. I wish they would have.
It was still a great movie.
It was a great movie, but I wish they would have found somebody. And I guess, in a sense, I mean, when you're looking for a character like that or somebody to play that character, I mean, I guess in a sense that, it wouldn't have been as good of a movie if there would have been another person that played that character, because it kind of all just meshed together.
A funnier kid or something.
Yeah.
Somebody who was not clever, not able to handle himself. You needed somebody so the kid could make that transformation.
Right. Exactly.
Gamma Magic Classic says, I have Space Saver appliances, jeans, and photos and slides to list this week. So that means you got a good listing week ahead of you.
Yeah.
Old Town Orchard. I've started an experiment with shipping on clothing. When I have two similar items, I am charging shipping for one, free shipping for the other. Both garments, exact same price when factoring shipping.
That's a good idea. I've tried to do that before.
I'm going to see which
You
does
do not
better.
measure clothes?
The difference at all.
What if they ask for measurements? I measure clothes and I still get asked for measurements.
It doesn't really take that much time to measure clothes. And isn't it true? I don't know if this is honestly true. You guys can tell me. Isn't it true that somebody can't fight a size issue on a return? You don't have to pay the shipping if you have the measurements? If they have a size issue?
Yes.
Is that true? I don't know if it's true.
Yes, it is true.
Yeah.
Measurements and all.
You probably want to have those measurements in there.
Yeah, if there's measurements in there saying that it's 30 long or 30 inseam, and they say that it's, you know, something else, I mean, you could say, well, I measured them and this is what it comes to, you know.
Right. That's what's in the listing. So
yeah.
Okay, so Old Town Orchard, I have done clothing for a little, for a little bit. And I used to not do any kind of measuring, and I will tell you this, the small amount of time that it takes to, so what I was told once is that if you don't put measurements in there, even if it's just 3 measurements, I do 3 very vague, they're real quick. Shoulder to shoulder, pit to pit, and collar to hem. Those are the 3 measurements that I do every time. But one thing that I was told was if somebody comes across your listing, there's no measurements, they're going to keep going.
Yeah.
They're going to find something else. So they're going to pass you by because that's going to take time out of their shopping time to stop and ask you for a question when they could see those listings, those measurements, those vague measurements, and say, okay, that won't fit me. Yes, that will fit me. I'll buy that.
Mm.
And and that's something that somebody else told me, and that has, and I take that into consideration. It's true, because they're going to have to stop, ask you the question, wait for your response if you respond within a specific time, and and so that stops their shopping experience. So basically they're just going to go on and find something else.
And not just in clothing, but in everything I sell. I mean, with the exception of like, I do maybe books, but almost everything I sell has measurements, not just clothing. Because when, you guys know that I used to have over 2,000 listings in 2 stores. And if I had to sit there and answer every time somebody had a question about measurements and go find that thing, and you're losing a lot of time. So I figured just put the information, that's anything that somebody could ask, put it in the listing. And that's what I do. I do the sleeve length, the pit to pit, and the shoulder to tail measurements is what I do. Or if it's pants, I do inseam and waist, but I just figure, any kind of questions that they could ask, I try to put in the listing.
Right.
Within reason, of course. But I mean, obviously, I do have questions occasionally. But since I started measuring stuff quite a few years ago, I had a lot less questions. Mm-hmm. So, just for your sanity alone is not I don't have very many returns either. So, returns is a non-issue with me. I have free returns, whatever, but no questions asked. But it's just so I don't have to be asked questions all the time.
Yeah.
And like Lisa, hi Lisa, like Lisa Ansel just said, I will not ask questions of sellers. And there are a lot of people who will just keep on moving on if they don't want to ask. And I'm the same way, unless I truly, really, really want this item and it's the only person that has it. I don't want to stop and wait for an answer for a question. I'm there to buy stuff right now. I don't want to wait for an answer. So
Valerie, do you double your pit to pit size?
No.
Either.
No, I don't double.
I only do one pit to pit, and then if they want, they can double it and find out their. I mean, they know their bust size. That's what Frankie's Fine says, which is true.
Right.
Every woman knows her bust size. So if you just do, pit to pit, that's all you're doing. You're not doubling it.
Right. Yeah.
Kids deals and more lost INAD. That sucks when that happens.
So Jennifer says, I usually don't put 0.5. I usually round down. So with 29.5, I usually put 29. Now, for me, I would round up.
Mm-hmm.
I would too.
Yeah. I round down a little bit.
Because if it's too small, somebody's not going to wear it.
Right.
Whereas if it's a 0.52, I would just put in what it says on the measuring tape, because then you get into they can say, oh, well, you measured it wrong.
Yeah. Yeah,
Well,
that's true. Frankie's Fine.
You know as well as I do, everything fits smaller than what you expect.
Absolutely.
So if you're going to put in a different size than what you're measuring, I would probably put in the smaller size, because everything always fits tighter than what you expect anyway.
Yeah. For me, I would, and I usually do the 0.5. I usually will put, if it's a 29.5, I'll put 29.5, just because that's more accurate, and when you think about it, you're painting a picture for buyers on, so when you're giving measurements, you're painting a picture for them, saying, this is what it looks like, this is, what it's going to fit, and these are the measurements, and this is the color. So you really do have to, it's a lot more than just, putting words in there and putting numbers in. It's more of, painting that picture for the customer.
Yeah, because they're not there to.
You want to try and be as accurate as you possibly can.
Yep.
So.
I agree, Valerie. You want to give them as much information as make them feel like they're touching it, holding it up to themselves.
Yeah.
I mean, if somebody's like, "Oh, I wonder if this will fit me," because sometimes I'm an extra large, and sometimes I'm a 1X with different brands or this and that. And I mean, if there's measurements in there, somebody who really wants to know if it's really going to fit them will grab a measuring tape and, say, hey, well, I wonder if this would fit, if they really wanted it. I mean,
right.
I would.
Yep.
To make sure it's going to fit me.
Yeah. Yeah, Jennifer says that's why I round down, Nikki. Working in a clothing store, when we had to measure people, we would write down their measurements, rounding down. No. I had a lady, I bought these, they're like ballet costumes, and there's one that has like the brief to it, but then, has the flowing material. Well, the lady wanted to know, it was like a bluish gray. So she's like, well, is this gray or is it blue? And I said, well, it's kind of bluish gray. It has that blue tone to it, but it's still gray. And then she says, well, the material, is it a chiffon material? or is it like flowing? And I was like, and it wasn't. It was actually a little bit heavier than chiffon. It wasn't. So it was really hard to describe what, because it was still like that flowing material, but it wasn't as light as the chiffon type, So it was somewhat difficult to explain that. Yeah, Nikki, that's what she said. I like when you guys have questions or get us on the reselling subject. Feels like we're actually doing something constructive. Absolutely.
Yep. Measurements can be really tricky. Yeah, they can be. Just ask me and Valerie.
Yep.
That one night I've sold clothing before, but usually men's clothing. And I had this pair of jeans that I was going to try to list, and I was measuring it, and it wasn't, even if I doubled it, it wasn't coming out right. It didn't feel like it was coming out right. Well, little did I know that the certain measurements mean certain things in plus size clothing, which I had no clue. And well, anyways, Valerie thought I was talking about a different type of clothing than what I was talking about. So she was telling me something, and then Jessica told me something else, and then Valerie's like, "Oh, you meant plus size clothing." Well, then that's completely different.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, it was.
We got it though. We figured it out.
We figured it out eventually.
Upside down, because I expect sellers to include the necessary information in their listings. I want to know. I agree. On rare occasion, I can see they just, or I want a more clear idea of a color, I will ask. But a Coke can only comparison show laziness. Well, yeah, like I said, I very rarely ask questions of sellers myself too, because I wanna get it now. I wanna order it now. I don't want to wait.
Right.
Because I'm one of those people who I like that instant gratification. I'm one of those people, if I say, okay, I need this can of Diet Dr. Pepper, and I'm going to go on and find out where I can get it the cheapest. So I go on there and I'm looking, Diet Dr. Pepper, boom, 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 and I want to buy it right now. I don't want to wait, because I'm one of those people who, if I wait, I will never buy that for myself.
Right.
I like to shop. I like when I shop, because I don't shop that often, or buy myself stuff that often. So when I am in the mood of buying myself something, I want to do it right then and there, because I want to get it right away too. So I want to hurry up and get it ordered as fast as possible.
Right.
Because I hate waiting for shipments. Yes, they can be, Jennifer. Thick material may measure the same as thinner, but you really don't have the same room. Not to mention, it depends what bra the buyer is wearing. It might be bigger too. Yeah. Now, see me, I'm in a weird size of a bra, not to be too much information, but I'm like weird, because every bra I wear, because I'm fat, so surprise, surprise, right? Like you didn't know that.
Oh, stop.
I'm fat, so fat people are supposed to have big boobs, apparently.
Right.
So I can't get, if I was to wear the right size cup, I probably would only be like a B, because a C cup is too big for me.
Yeah.
But because I'm fat, I have to get a C. Now that y'all know what size boobs I have. I didn't know what other example.
It's the same stereotype that fat people also have super long legs. Like, if you have
fat ankles.
Big, you're supposed to have longer legs to go with it.
Or fat ankles.
Yeah.
Look at how big fat people's jeans and pants are on their ankles. It's like, how big do you think my ankles are? Because I've got skinny ankles. That's probably the only thing skinny on me, but I got skinny ankles. And yeah, every time I buy a pair of pants, and I'm from the generation where we used to pin our pants to get them as tight at the ankle as possible. So I don't want to be walking around with dingers, you know. I want pants that are. That's why I wear scrunched up sweats, because they're close to my ankles. Yeah, let's time Trust me, you are not going to get any more views with Poplar Picker talking about her boobs. Nobody wants to know about that.
When you get
or lack of.
Look bigger.
Maybe somebody really likes little boobs.
Oh my gosh. Frankie's Fine says, I have the same trouble. Tops, large boobs, and smaller waist to fit the boobs. Yep.
Yeah. Well, that's somebody said something about me losing weight, and I'm like, I'm afraid to lose weight. I won't have no boobs. That was the only time I got boobs, was when I gained weight. My whole life when I was skinny, I didn't have none.
Yep.
I'm just going to say this. I believe that large boobs and small waists is an epidemic that's taking over our country, and it must be stopped.
Oh my God.
You guys are too funny.
How can we thwart this?
Wow.
I miss the days when I'd be it'd be like, that time of the month, my jeans are fitting a little snug. And then all of a sudden it'd be over, and boom, my jeans were just fine again. You know? But I could just notice that little tiny pooch for about a week, and then boom, it was gone.
Right.
Okay, we're venturing into a subject I don't think we want to go any further into.
I miss those days.
I didn't
when
do
I was
it.
that skinny.
Pretty farther down this subject.
She's already gone.
Like, help me!
He said that time of the month, Jim got up and ran in the other room.
I know, that's what I said too, OJ. I don't want to. If I lose the weight, man, look at how many wrinkles I have being fat. Can you imagine how many wrinkles I have if I'm skinny?
Oh, boy.
Man.
Yeah, my husband has that problem. He's 6'3", and he has to actually wear a 2X if it's not a extra large, or if it's not a extra large tall. He has to wear a 2X just so that it'll fit him lengthwise.
2X,
and then it's
5.
really baggy. It's really baggy in his stomach area. What?
2X, and I'm 5'9".
Hot belly.
Yeah, but his is for lengthwise.
Yeah, I know Mike, he used to have that problem too, because it wouldn't cover his belly. You know, the shirts that he had, if he got just a regular, he was actually a 2X, but he couldn't, the shirts weren't long enough for him, so you usually have to get like a 4 or a 5X just for the length, you know. And then once you what was I trying to say? Once you washed them and they shrunk, you know, it was all over. What the heck? Let's do this. Why is this doing this?
What happened?
I don't know. I got a bunch of duplicates.
Buy bigger sizes for shrinkage or growing room, whichever comes first.
You have a bunch of what, Valerie?
Duplicate list. That just like
this
popped
was
up.
happening to everybody yesterday. Watch your listings, guys.
So it just like popped
They're
up.
bad right now.
Some kind of glitch going on.
I don't know.
People are getting duplicate listings. I haven't gotten any, but watch yourself.
That's crazy.
Ray goes back next to
Well, I must say, you guys are making fun of what I was talking about, but she's holding 55 watchers strong, so.
Heck
yeah. Not terrible.
Hey, whatever it takes, right?
Yep.
We're in for the long haul.
Yeah, that would be nice to have tailored clothing. It'd be expensive. I'm not a sewer, so I used to be, but I'm not anymore.
I don't sew. I use the buttoneer.
I don't know why.
Yeah, my dad's not short, but he has the longer torso and the shorter legs. And yeah, his pant legs are always too long. He always has to go and have them hemmed.
Oh.
I love the breadth of subjects on this show. It's what makes it special. Yeah, you never know what we're talking about.
No, but I am with Nikki on, like just the whole talking about reselling. I mean, it really does. I mean, when you're talking about it, and it really kind of brings it home that,
yeah,
that's why we're here, is to talk about reselling. Not that, having fun and cutting up is a bad thing, but it really.
Well, you can only talk about reselling so much too. I mean,
that's true.
Before you start regurgitating the same shit over and over again.
Right. But I do enjoy just listening to everybody's, experience and, things that have happened to them, and that's something that I do enjoy.
And one thing I like about this group is we all do things a little bit differently.
Mm-hmm.
There's some people who take measurements of clothes. There's some people who don't. There's some people who sell clothes. There's some people who don't. There's, we all run our stores differently. Some of us run our shipping differently. Some of us run how many listings we need to have in a day differently. That's what I like most about this. This is not a cookie cutter group.
Mm-mm.
You guys are not sitting there asking us all these questions and holding us to a higher standard that what we say is the only way. Because what we say is the way we do it, but it's not the only way to sell on eBay. There's not a blueprint to sell on eBay.
Right.
And I mean, not that I don't want people to take what we say and use it. But a lot of times, like, I get information from here, and there. And I sometimes will use some things that people say. And sometimes it won't work out for me. And so I switch back to what was working.
Right.
Because that's the way this business is. Sometimes it works for one, it doesn't the other. Some things that I was doing a couple of years ago don't work for me now. I've had to change stuff. So yeah, I mean, we don't say, hey, listen to what we say. This is the way to do it. Follow, or you're not gonna make it in this business. It's just, yeah. There's so many different ways of running your eBay business, and hopefully you guys can take away some tips, and some of them will work for you, some of them won't. And Jennifer Santiago said, yes, Nikki, and we still all get along without drama because of the different ways. Yep. Yeah. And we have these discussions like Jennifer does it this way, and Grandma Magic Classics does it this way, and we all discuss why we do it or how we do it, and it gives us this good conversation. I really like that too.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, like Jennifer made the point of why she downsizes, what do I want to say? Undercuts the sizes or whatever.
Right.
I would have never thought of that.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually a pretty good idea, you know. But like I said, you know, I mean, we all have different ways of doing things and reasons why, and I like that. This is a good place to pick brainstorm ideas. Two heads are better than one. If I can't think of a way out to do something, maybe someone else can. Exactly. And I tell how I do stuff, but like I said, you know, it may not work for you, but try it out. That's the beauty of this business. We can try all different things, and some may work, some may not. Boring
Just
being in a business.
Local sale, Facebook.
Awesome.
What'd you say?
Awesome. Very good.
And I upsold them. I sold them a one pack, and then they went ahead and bought a rucksack too. So.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, I've sold about $100 worth of that haul already.
That's good. And you've only had it listed for what? Not even a week, has it been?
Yeah, I went and got them Monday last week.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, it's been what? Not even a week.
Right.
So that's good.
I love local. No fees, no fees. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. No fees.
Yeah. No taxes.
Gotta love that. Gotta love that.
Yeah, Jennifer Santiago said, I like to explain why I do something and love to hear others' opinions on why they disagree with me. I analyze everything and I do a lot of trial and error, so the opinions help. Yeah, I like that too. I like that too, because we take away from as much of the chat as you guys take away from us. Before we end, will you be listing your 20 today? I pulled and prepped my 20 so far. Shipping, I'll start. I am planning on getting a lot done today. I don't know if I'll get my 20 because I have to get some cleaning done, but I am going to try to do as close to 20 as possible.
Dark alley.
Dark alley, cash or PayPal. Oh, do you want to know if you met him in a dark alley? I meet at the parking lot. Oh.
We don't have any dark alleys where I live. Yeah, cash. They're Jason. I wouldn't mind doing PayPal as long as you can stand there and see it go into your account while you're standing there talking to them. That'd be all right, wouldn't it?
Hi, Don. Yeah. But then it's no longer a cash sale.
Damn it,
you know what I mean?
You're a Dairy Queen?
Nah.
Dairy Queen has good chicken strips.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get one of those square things too. Yep.
One of those card reader things? No.
I was so excited this year at my flea market. At the two flea markets I did, I got one of those square things because it was cheaper than PayPal, and I was so dang excited. And at one person, I put up my sign saying that I accept credit cards. Nobody else did, and all of a sudden, nobody had a credit card.
How much do those square things cost, and how does it work? I see people use them, but I've never looked into trying to get one for myself.
question for Nikki, who I think is gone. I don't have one.
I don't think it's necessary. If you can take PayPal from a smartphone or cash.
Yeah, back when we were doing the flea market, we thought about getting one, but we don't do that anymore. So
What's that?
how does that work? Do you have to pay for it, or is it just the convenience charge?
Yeah, I guess it's sort of like what do they call that? The .net, authorized .net kind of thing. Yeah, those reader, but it's a credit card handler. So I mean, it's like authorized .net or whatever. It's just we don't do any. Like, if a person has PayPal, we just whip out our smartphones and do the transaction.
Yeah.
I just say, they say, well, I don't have money. I don't have enough money. I say, do you have PayPal? Yeah. Do you have enough PayPal or money in your PayPal account? Yeah. Okay. Well, let's do my payment to me on PayPal right here. And I'd have my phone to show that I got the money, and they do the payment on their phone, and we do the transaction that way.
Yeah.
And then we got out of flea markets, and now we do pretty much everything through eBay, so we don't really have much where we got to swipe a card. Because usually if you sell something on Craigslist or Facebook, when they come to your house, they know to stop at an ATM and get the cash.
Yeah.
Market where they come by and they see you have a porcelain sign that's like $200. They're like, oh my God, I didn't think I'd find something this cool at the flea market. Well, then they may not have the money on them. But I mean, if they saw it on Craigslist, gas station ATM, and get the money on their way to your house.
Right.
Where I prefer to do business.
I always do the parking lot of the Dairy Queen. It's well lit. 2 minutes from the house.
Nobody's gonna club you while you're eating an ice cream cone. It would just be it'd be too wrong.
I know.
I was eating my Blizzard. This guy came up behind me with a pipe wrench.
Yeah, so what's everybody's plan? What's everybody's plan today?
I'm packing.
Listing and cleaning.
Listing. Packing and packing.
Okay.
And hopefully this kind
I got to get some organizing done, and I'm going to list.
Woohoo!
I have 10 to pack.
And I'm going to ignore that I got accepted onto Steemit today because I don't want to get down that rabbit hole.
There you go.
Hi, my name is Nikki, and I'm... Sorry.
Hi, Nikki.
What was that all about?
That was my channel.
Oh.
That was like
why are you telling people who you are?
Hi, my name is Nikki, and I am a YouTube addict.
Nikki, did you sign up for resellersonly.com?
I'm signing up for Resellers Addicts.
We were talking about people giving people steam or whatever. Maybe think of what we used to do to the newbies when we worked in the factory. We used to send them off looking for a bucket of steam.
Oh no!
And board stretchers. And actually go looking for them. And go back to maintenance. Mrs. Angel sent me back here for a bucket of steam for the roller coater. Oh. My ex-sister-in-law used to work for me, and we made cork boards and chalkboards and stuff like that for schools and things. And we had these big carts that had extenders on it to put the bigger boards on. I said, I need you to go back to maintenance and grab the board stretcher. Well, she brings back that. I'm like, that's pretty that's pretty close.
shipping is done. Hopefully the mailman will be by soon and pick those things up. Usually Mondays are kind of a slow day, so.
Normally it's my slow day, but not today.
I just put my playlist, a link to my playlist in the chat in case anybody wants to go watch. Just saying.
Dang, Summer.
What?
She's got 18 to ship.
Wow, way to go. That's all that listing you've been doing.
That's great.
That's amazing.
Sorry, I felt like my hair was on fire and I had to change my clothes.
Oh.
What I meant was, everyone like prices.
Woo!
Yeah, it was a busy weekend. It really was. And I think a lot of it has to do with, listing. So yeah, I'll definitely be listing today. Yesterday I worked on jackets. The last couple of days actually, I've been working on jackets and sweaters and everything because I feel like people are starting to think about spring and summer. So I need to get these up and going before.
Yeah, you think it's too late?
It's done. No, I don't think it's too late, but I think it's getting to be that time. I think by the maybe mid-February, people are going to start thinking about more March spring weather and stuff. So I don't think it's ended yet, but I think and in reality, it's always cold. It's going to be cold somewhere in the in the world sometime. So you just I think if they don't sell now, they'll sell eventually. And but I want to be able to get that stuff up there and get it going. So after this, I'm gonna probably start doing more spring clothing, shirts, and start working on my pile back there, and I'm still on my thing of getting one tote a day done. So
you have 600 subscribers.
I do?
Yeah, you made it before I did.
Wow.
Yay. All right, good job.
Rotten.
So, and that's another thing too, is if you're not subscribed to me, please subscribe. We have great shows, a variety of shows. We do the Picker Morning Show, PickerDaily Hustle Morning Show. Then there's I do a mail call video. I do haul videos, unboxing videos. We do listing parties. So there's a lot of things on this channel that it's not just mailman's here. It's not just the reseller show. So just so you know that there's a lot more on here that to watch.
You also got 50 watchers right now.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was at like 55. So yeah.
Woohoo! Thank you, everybody, for watching. Appreciate
all
that.
of us on the panel could really use more subscribers and more watchers.
Yes.
On our channel.
Yes. And that's another thing that we started last week, and I want to continue on with that is the subathon, going on and getting subbing to more people. And like Nikki was telling me, just subbing to different people that are resellers. It's really kind of opened up the about how many resellers are actually out there. And there's a ton.
Yeah.
There's a ton that I didn't even know anything about, and so, and that can definitely kind of, increase our horizon, I guess you could say, just as far as what we're watching. and who we're watching, and so.
Well, and not only just resellers. I found a lot of channels that I've been subbing to help people out, and I'm going in and watching their videos, and it's like, wow, I never knew that. I never searched out this kind of video, and I really am enjoying it.
Right.
I mean, I'm subscribed to a guy who he's building a custom RV, which is very interesting. There was this other girl who's got Lyme's disease. I found her channel very interesting. I don't have Lyme's disease. None of my kids have Lyme's disease. So why would I go search out a Lyme's disease video? I didn't. I found her on another channel. She needed subs. I went and subbed to her, started watching her videos, and I actually am enjoying watching her videos.
Right.
You know, I mean, you never know what you'd be interested in until you try it out.
Very true. Very true.
You ever come across a wish come true piece?
No.
No.
It looks like it's for dancing or ice skating. It's almost like it's almost like swimwear kind of material.
Yeah. But it's more for like
a swimsuit, is it? You know, how don't they do that?
The what?
You know, like where they wear like for their swimsuit, it would be like out of swimsuit material.
I don't know. But like it has the nude strap. And then you know, the other strap. And then it's like high-low.
Yeah, kind of asymmetrical with them there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So more for like maybe a recital or costume. Something like that, dance, you know, or like you said, you know, ice skating. Huh?
Salsa?
Maybe salsa. I thought you said polka, and I was like, what?
No.
You always got a polka on her mind.
I really actually like that movie. That was actually a really good movie.
That was good. It's a true story.
I drifted off to sleep towards the end, but yeah, I want to finish it. Actually, I thought it was good. Jim didn't like it, but I thought it was good. You came in and said this looks stupid.
Well, I was I walk in there, it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. What, it's got Jack Black talking like, I don't know, some kind of weird accent. I'm like,
He actually did a really good job.
Yeah.
He really did a good job.
Less than 30 seconds, so I have not watched it really.
No.
Well, if you watched the interview with that Dan Lewan.
I did. He sounds like him.
He said that Jack Smack actually came in and said, I want this. I want to do this.
Jack Smack is the guy that wants
to not Jack Smack.
Funny.
Maybe he's thinking about me, you know?
Maybe. Oh my gosh.
Anyways, yeah, Jack Black, I meant to say, came in and asked for that part.
Wow.
He pretty much demanded it, said, I want to play this guy.
Yeah. And he did an excellent job. I thought he did a really good job.
Yeah.
A lot of people hate this movie. I'm
not a huge Jack Black fan. I mean, he's funny, but I'm not like, ooh, it's a movie with Jack Black, you know? But, I mean, I like his movies, but yeah. But yeah, he did a pretty good job in that.
If you ever get a chance to see it, The Pick of Destiny.
Oh yeah, it's awesome.
A lot of people, even Jack Black, because he got such bad reviews, he's like, oh, because he directed it and wrote it or whatever, he's like, oh, I'm never doing that again because it made such a terrible movie. I just love it. I mean, I can watch that movie over and over and over. I mean, when they have the devil at the end, or the demon at the end, when they have that rock off or whatever, I mean, it's just hilarious.
Yep.
Well, the guy from
Ben Stiller's?
Oh no, the Shawshank Redemption. God, I missed it. Oh my God, he's a prisoner in the Shawshank Redemption movies. Anyway, he's. I guess if you don't know who he is.
Tim.
Tim Robbins.
Yeah.
Robbins. Yeah.
I had Tim Moore.
Oh, the other guy, the guy from. Oh my gosh! When something about Mary. He's in there too. He's the guitar salesman.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I always get him and his dad mixed up. Yeah, there's a lot of big.
The dumbest movie ever. Everybody was so. That movie was. Everybody was like, "Oh, it's such a great movie." I watched it. It had been the dumbest movie I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, something about Mary.
Something about Mary.
I wasn't. Yeah.
So,
it was.
I don't know. That's my humor.
it was all right.
I like movies like that.
Oh my gosh.
I love dumb shit like that. I really do. It is so funny to me.
Yeah.
And I don't like spoof movies. I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll laugh here and there, but I really don't enjoy spoof movies. But I love funny, sarcastic, stupid movies like that.
Dumb humor.
Like Dumb and Dumber. Dumb and Dumber.
Dumb.
It's like Will Ferrell. Some of his movies, those Will Ferrell movies, you have to watch them before you start really getting the humor in them, and then it's like, oh my gosh, I missed that part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I love Step Brothers. I could watch Step Brothers over and over. And
oh my God.
But the more I watch it, the more I like it.
Oh, Tommy Boy.
It's so hot.
Black Sheep.
Oh yeah.
Choice.
Yeah.
Like when Bo Derek comes out and he goes, "Oh, Dad, is that for me too?" He goes, "No, son, that's for me."
I was so heartbroken when Chris Farley died.
Yeah.
He was like a really good actor.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, I like him.
I loved him on Saturday Night Live. Just one skit where he was the Zagat lady. Oh my God, he just cracks me up. There would be like, the book is gone, but the mouth goes on.
I loved Tommy Boy. Oh my God. That scene with the bees. Oh my God. That was hilarious. Where they said it was bees. Oh my God.
They're bees and they're sting crazy.
That was so hilarious. Oh my God. And then the deer, they put the deer in the back seat of the car. What the hell did they expect to happen? I love that movie so much. Oh my God. Now we gotta go watch it. Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah, I love when they get high on the nitrous and so they get stopped, and then they see where they're stopped in the middle of the freeway. He's like, yeah, people usually pull onto the shoulder.
Oh God, I love that movie.
Oh, and the deer. Oh yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, that's what I said when they put the deer in the back. Oh God.
Yeah.
Massive. Oh, son of a.
Roads.
I say that all the time. Or oh, son of a. That's gonna make it. God, that guy was funny.
That's where I got my phrase. I could sell popsicle, ketchup popsicle to a woman in white gloves.
I like it when the old man says you don't have to stick your head up the bull's ass to see if you're getting a good cut of meat.
Better take his word for it.
Yep.
That was good, Sally.
Who's your favorite Little Rascal?
Alfalfa and
Spanky.
Spanky and buckwheat.
In the motel room when he catches him. Rascal, was it Spanky?
Yeah. Oh, that's right. I thought they were being serious. Who's your favorite Little Rascal?
Sally's all serious thinking of her favorite Little Rascals.
I don't know who my favorite. I don't know.
What? Jennifer Santiago's never seen Tommy Boy? Oh my God, you have to.
You gotta watch it.
I didn't know there was anybody alive that didn't see Tommy Boy. No, you gotta go watch that, Jennifer. It's hilarious.
And you might as well watch Black Sheep too, because it's funny as well.
Oh yeah. I mean, Chris Farley was like John Candy, you know. I mean, just hilarious. I mean, just naturally hilarious.
Yeah.
And the writers probably knew what they were getting into with him, but I'm sure like he probably did a lot of his own stuff.
That's right. He says, I didn't really mean the Little Rascal. Your head has a thin candy shell. Shut up, Richard. I forgot about that. I didn't catch it. That was funny.
There's a lot of good movies out there.
Got us on that one, Chris.
I saw one of those behind the scenes things, or maybe it was on the disc or whatever, but they're talking about that dinner scene of Talladega Nights, when they're going around the table and they spider monkeys on Mountain Dew, and they're talking about which Jesus they like, the grown-up Jesus or the baby Jesus. They basically just told him, okay, you're just having dinner together, and just kind of set it up a little bit for him. But most of that whole thing was improvised with Will Ferrell. So I'm sure they did it like with Tommy Boy and that. I'm sure a lot of that stuff was improvised.
Wow.
Yeah, and you guys have seen that video, right? On his YouTube. He has that one that went viral. Where his daughter is playing, like, isn't it his daughter? It's like
yeah.
Huh?
Where my money?
Yeah. His daughter's playing like a 2-year-old, but like playing a landlord.
You're drunk.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Years.
That is hilarious. Just that little skit is just hilarious.
Yeah, that's a good one.
He-Man Woman Haters Club. That's right.
Oh yeah.
Good times. I used to be the same way, Jennifer, and in a sense, I guess I still am. I didn't get to watch a lot of movies. I didn't, I just didn't. I was too busy working and too busy, doing all that stuff. So I didn't get to watch a lot of that stuff. Or it just didn't. It just, not that I was deprived or anything, but it just wasn't a thing, for me. It wasn't a priority. So, but yeah, I'm actually watching a lot more of those now than I used to. So, hi, Monica. How are you? Yeah, I'm going to get some listing done today and get some, but I've already got one call I need to make. Oh. And then
Oh.
But
well,
yeah,
back to the not being able to watch movies. Us women, as mothers and wives, don't really have a lot of time to sit down and watch movies.
Right.
Especially if you throw a job in there, you know. I mean, I never had time to sit down and watch movies usually. I mean, so I missed out on a lot of movies. But now, you know, me hurting my knee has really taught me to slow down a little bit and enjoy.
Yeah, I used to. Anytime I would sit down and watch a movie, I'd fall asleep because my sleep apnea.
Yeah.
Right.
And I was so sleep deprived that, like, I could not stay awake through a movie. And there would be times where I'd even go to the movie theaters and I'd fall asleep.
Yeah.
And it's like, how could you sleep in a movie theater with, you know, everybody's in there, it's so loud, and I'm like, well, it's a seat, I'm sitting still, and my body just stops.
Hi, Monica.
So, like, there's all these movies, like, growing up, I had to rewatch because I remember the beginning of it, but I didn't remember, like, anything else. Like, I know I've seen that movie before, but I don't remember anything about it.
With a movie now, Sally.
Huh?
Now for a movie.
Yeah, so you're able to, Sally, you're able to stay awake for a movie now, right?
Oh, yeah. I watch movies all the time, you know, like me and Brandon will watch movies on TV, or, you know, if he's doing something different and, you know, not even in there, I'll watch something while I list, or, you know, yeah, I'm able to stay awake.
Carol had a bargain shopping, had a dumpster dive video last night.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And she said anybody who wanted something out of that video that bought a lot from her at the auction, she would throw it in there.
Oh.
Anyways, she had a zombie attack response team window cling, and I told her I wanted that.
Oh, that's cool.
I can make those if you ever need any more. I'll send them to you.
Wow.
I do vinyl cutting.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You sell that on eBay?
I used to. I haven't for a while. I thought about getting back into that.
I was going to say Jeff Davidson makes a killing on that stuff.
As if I don't have enough to do already, but...
You ever watch Jeff Davidson?
Yeah, I like him. He's always real busy. I was there for a while. Then I had to have back surgery and all that, and I couldn't keep up with it. So I kind of got out of it for a while. But I still have all my stuff. I do it kind of per order type thing now. But I sold a lot of those zombies because I've got some that says my zombie can kick your zombie's ass and all kinds of zombie stuff. And especially when we were doing ghost hunting, I was making stuff for other paranormal teams for their cars and stuff like that. Plus, I have t-shirt presses and heat presses and hat heat presses, and because I can do t-shirt vinyl and all that stuff.
I have a t-shirt press.
There's a lot of work goes into that. Easy to
I also
cut.
have a what are those called?
Cricket.
It's like the Cricket. It's not a Cricket. It's a Sizzix. A Sizzix.
I started out with one of those, but I couldn't keep up because it would only allow you to do so many, up to a certain size, and I had people wanting to do the whole hood of their car, or so. That's well, I got a 30-inch cutter now. In fact, I've got a giant Superman decal that the woman ordered, and now she don't want it, so it's for the hood of her car. That's great.
Oh yeah, Monica, I hear people all the time selling that stuff. Vintage Valentine's cards. Yep. People sell those all the time. Especially because some years, you know, like if a kid likes a certain thing, but it's not popular that year and they can't get it in the store. Oh yeah.
Check these out. I got they're for boys. They're bugs. They're gel bugs. Valentine cards.
Oh, cool.
And you can take the bugs off and stick them on your windows and stuff. I thought, well, that's kind of cute. Now the boys can get their little girlfriend a bug.
Oh, Grandma Magic Classics says I think I'm approved for merch.
Oh,
cool. That's awesome.
I'm not real schooled on Amazon. What is merch?
Sure, you can design your T-shirts.
Oh.
And put them on merch and so basically put them on Amazon to sell.
Oh, cool. Oh, there I could.
It's like the new FDA. I mean, people are like going crazy over merch.
Yeah.
Like they do the FDA.
Yeah. Yes, I can, Violet Lemon, just depending on the size. I can do up to 30 inches wide.
Yeah, I'm in merch too, but I don't.
That's awesome. Liquidation, Ohio.
Did you get approved for merch, Mallory?
I got approved, and I didn't do anything with it, and so they suspended it.
Oh, because I did it where you fill out the thing or whatever, and then after you get done filling it out and you submit it, then it says, well, we'll get back to you or whatever, and I never got back.
Huh.
My spam, and I didn't know.
Yeah, I know that there was a big backlog on that too, so.
Oh, good job, Michael.
Oh wow, Grandma Magic Classics said it took over 2 years to get approved.
Wow. I know Steve and Steph they still have not been approved. And they said it takes I think they said they've been waiting over a year for theirs, so.
A long time.
I think all you have to do, Monica, all you have to do is go onto Amazon and I think they ask you a couple of questions. It's been so long since I signed up for it.
You just go onto the Amazon merch and you
I'll have to go check it.
And you say sign up, and they say you sign up and they tell you gotta be approved.
Yeah. So apparently they're approving now, so.
Violet Lemon's talking to you, Lori. Do you have a store?
No, I do not. I never got around to doing a store for my vinyl. I just do custom orders as needed.
You gotta get on it.
But if I have a design that somebody wants, all they got to do is either email it to me or text it to me or whatever, and then whatever size of the area that they want it on, then I can work from that.
I'm pretty sure that vinyl like changed Jeff Davidson's life.
Oh yeah.
Oh, everybody loves the vinyl stuff.
Oh yeah.
I learned how to do it when I worked for the company I worked for, because we did display cases with vinyl lettering. So I'm like, I really like this. So I went out and started with the Cricut, then worked my way up to a major cutter. So because we sold the crap out of those display boards. You ever see the ones, the directional boards with the little plastic letters, and it has the lettering on the top?
Mm-hmm.
Tells you what it is or where it is. We made those.
Excuse you, I didn't give you that. Go lay down, sir. Oh, I was eating meatloaf, leftover meatloaf from last night that I made, and I'm sitting here holding my plate, getting ready to go put it in the kitchen, and the dog comes up and licks it. How do you know I didn't want another piece on that plate?
That's saying, if you lick it, it's yours.
Yeah.
You claimed
Yep.
it.
No, like not. If you lick it, it's willow.
To each other.
Good morning,
In this
sweet
house,
808.
If he tries to take it, and then it goes to Willow, and if Willow does it, it goes to him.
There'd be a few pieces of pizza left in the refrigerator. My son would go in there and grab the plate and lick it. And my sister or my daughter's like, "Ew, I wanted some of that." It's like, I licked it. It's mine.
It's mine.
Idiots.
The problem with my husband's family is that doesn't work. They don't care. They'll still eat it.
That's even grosser.
My husband will do that knowing I won't eat it.
Thank you.
Meatloaf. I'd do anything for love.
Yep.
I know. Remember that? I mean, everybody was like just stunned at what kind of voice he had. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And he came out and belted that song out, and everybody was like, "Whoa, that can't be Meatloaf." Go away. No.
Yep. Where's the meatloaf?
No.
Meatload or meatloaf?
I call my dog beef stick. What?
The Violet Lemon says, Karen, have you... Sorry, Jim.
Sounds like a Geico commercial.
Go.
Okay, I'm gonna go and then get in and out real quick. I just took a tag off a clearance tag. If you have trouble getting the security labels off, price labels off your arbitrage stuff, Mr. told me use a warm washcloth because that'll soften the glue. For a little while, but then I figured out the sticker gets mushy from the moisture on the warm washcloth. Low setting, warm up that sticker. I mean, it just peels off the package like butter.
Huh.
Yep. Very true.
Yeah.
All right. So I didn't know about it, and it works great.
Heat up that glue.
That's for sure, man.
Do wonders. Yep.
I'm
sorry, for sure, man. Thank you for your contribution, Jim.
Oh.
Yeah, the Violet Lemon says, Karen, have you tried Canva or PicMonkey? Those might be some good programs for you for your merch. You might try those out.
Yeah.
I like PicMonkey. I'm subscribed to PicMonkey for just a couple of things. Like I'll do different picture things and stuff like that, and I do use that. I love my Goo Be Gone and my Scotty Pillar. Yep, I like those too. But yeah, definitely if you have that trouble tag and it's just on there, put a hairdryer on it for just a few seconds and it'll heat it right up. Very cool. I know there are other programs. Texas Gal Treasure has a lot of good ideas for programs. Yeah, I mean, definitely go if you want to get into that. She has got so much information over there. So many ideas for merch. So, all right, guys, I think we're gonna wrap it up. I hope everybody has a good day.
Bye,
and
everybody.
we will see you later.
Awesome.
Get some listing done and get some sales in. So we will see you tomorrow.
Bye, everybody.
Bye now.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Yep.